Happy Easter, everyone. Jesus is alive and risen, seated at the right hand of our Father God. What a glorious day it is today to celebrate. But it's also a glorious day to resurrect the Revivalist News Network. This show is 100% spirit-led. God's been good to me and my family, and this is my opportunity to give back. I'm really grateful that He has ordained this venture. Great things are on their way. Behind me, that building right there, is Apple Park. Apple what? Well, it's building. Okay, so it's also known as Apple Campus 2. Okay, the spaceship? You probably heard that. That's the spaceship. That big round building is a 1-mile circumference. It is one of the most sophisticated and technologically advanced office buildings in the world. And it's really cool to drive by the way. In case you haven't figured it out, I live in Silicon Valley. I love this place. Me and 8 million other people. Oh boy, it's a little crowded. Silicon Valley used to be called the Valley of Heart's Delight. Why is that significant? Well, I'm super prophetic. I see God in everything, including all the technology, everything. And you're probably wondering, what on earth does technology have to do with Jesus? Everything. Pay attention. Take notes. This is important. What I know today is that California has some of the richest soil in the world. This entire valley, the Valley of Heart's Delight, was orchards and farm area. That's right. Peaches, apricots, cherries. So here's what I believe about Silicon Valley. Some of the richest soil in the world is buried under asphalt. And we all know that soil in the Bible refers to the heart. The Bible is replete with agricultural references, parables. There's just so many. I received a vision years ago and then I sketched it out. And then after I sketched it out, it made perfect sense. Today, the harvest is souls and more souls to be set free, to carry kingdom revelation, say it with me, around the world. The Valley of Heart's Delight back in the day produced fruit you could eat. Yummy. The valley today produces technology, science, and research fruit, so to speak. And guess what? The whole world is impacted by it. Tomorrow's fruit will be an awakening of souls that are buried under the pressure of the Silicon Valley lifestyle. The Silicon Valley lifestyle is ridiculous, and those people need to be awakened and set free. You're probably wondering, but let me put it to you this way. More than 112 languages are spoken here in Silicon Valley. That means we touch just about every nation on earth. For those of you outside of California who think that we're a lost cause, maybe the Sodom and Gomorrah of the modern day, well, under Abraham's rule, when he was bargaining with that angel, there's at least 10 of us here in California, so we're not going to be destroyed anytime soon. In fact, some of the greatest moves of God have taken place right here in California. There's Azusa Street in 1906, and then the redo in 2016. There's Bethel Church in Redding, California. If you've never heard of Bethel Church, Redding, do a Google search. You have to know about this church. Bethel Church has produced some amazing results, such as the healing rooms. People come from all over the world. They're attracted to the healing rooms at Bethel because people do get healed. Bethel is also home to the School of Supernatural Ministry, which includes a coding school. That's right, tech. Also, Bethel birthed Jesus culture. If you love worship music, Jesus culture is your band. Lastly, Bethel received a sign and a wonder, and I was fortunate enough to see it with my children. They had a glory cloud. It was incredible. And what was really cool was you were watching this thin mist of a cloud with very small gold flakes. 1 minute it's sitting in front of a wall, and the next minute it goes on the other side of the wall. I had a girlfriend of mine that day who was in the room. It's called the upper room at Bethel. Glory cloud came in, and in people's hands were pearls, perfect pearls, perfect diamonds, and other gemstones delivered by Jesus himself through that cloud. And so I truly and firmly believe that we are blessed because Bethel is blessed. California, for most charismatics, has been sensing for a very long time that there's an outpouring on its way. And I'll tell you, some people even think it's coming this year. What kind of an outpouring? Kind of like the Toronto blessing. Don't know what that is? Google it. Maybe I'll talk about that another episode. It's important to understand that California has a very large role to play in the next revival. Let's check Isaiah 24:14. That clearly says, "They lift up their voices, they sing for joy. Over the majesty of the Lord, they shout from the west." The west? That's right. Traditionally speaking, in Alaska and Hawaii notwithstanding, the furthest point west on a paper map, most people recognize is San Francisco. So yes, the Lord has already picked us out for a special something something. Do you see Jesus now? If not, you will. I'll touch on some more of this in future episodes so that you can see the fullness of God's glory and his plan for this section of the world. Well, that concludes this episode of the Revivalist News Network. I hope you'll tune in for more episodes. Next episode, you'll get a chance to meet Brandon Napoli. He's a senior leader at Crossroads Christian Church in Palo Alto. He launched Sacred Spaces, an outreach to the local community, and he has been enjoying some amazing results. I'll also be interviewing Nancy Ortberg, CEO of Transforming the Bay with Christ. She's also a senior leader at Menlo Church, formerly known as Menlo Park Presbyterian Church. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, send me an email at therevivalistnewsnetwork@gmail.com. I'm also on Twitter at Revivalist News and on Facebook at the Revivalist News Network. Find out how you can be a part of something special. Support this venture. Visit my GoFundMe page and give as the Lord leads. Please don't give us your tithes. Your tithes belong in your home church. And if you're strapped for cash, if you're struggling, I'm not talking to you unless Jesus has said something. However, if Jesus has been talking to you, give as he leads. Thank you for joining me on this episode. I'm so excited about it, and I'm so excited about all the things that we're going to be talking about in the future. May the Lord bless and keep you until we meet again.